Hey, what's going on, my friends? My name's Anthony, and for about 5 years before joining the Henry's team, I was a full-time portrait photographer. I literally sold everything except a camera bag and a few light stands to go full-time into portrait photography right out of college. So I know a few things about taking dynamic portraits and getting paid for it. Something amazing starts to happen when you get to this point, and that is you start to see pictures in your head before even going out to shoot. And it makes you such a more consistent photographer, and that's why brands and businesses are gonna hire you, because you can explain exactly what you're gonna get while pitching the idea to a potential customer. And I do this all the time with Henry's, especially with our video work even today. So it's an essential skill to have as a content creator if you want to level up. So here are 3 things to think about before taking another portrait in under 4 minutes. So let's dive in. The location can often make a photograph, so while you're out and about, if you stumble upon a location that you want to shoot at, I would always just put a pin in your location in like a Maps app, or just write down the address in a Notes app on your phone, and maybe just take a reference photo on your cell phone. Great photographers will spend more on travel than they do on camera gear, as much as, you know, we would love to say that the camera is the key to becoming a great portrait photographer. It's just not the case. My friend Ashlyn and I would go on road trips all the time. We would go to like cool locations and the drives were long, but the photos are some of my favorite portraits that I've ever taken, because we made the effort to actually go out and go somewhere interesting. Like they say in real estate, location, location, location. It's a key part of making dynamic portraits. So tip number 1 and tip number 2 kind of go hand in hand when trying to create dynamic portraits. You want to think about the location you're going to, but you also want to think about how your subject is going to dress to either match or stand out in that location. And that's what people do when making movies. It's not by accident in the recent movie Bullet Train starring Brad Pitt. Brad's character is trying to avoid like these bad guys chasing him, so I don't think it was a coincidence that he's trying to blend in, and he happens to be wearing a greenish like teal shirt and a beige hat. The outfit matches the scene. So because we're tight on time, just know this: small lights create hard shadows. So this Aperture MC lighting me is going to give me hard, well-defined shadows, and a large softbox gives you less shadows, or just like softer shadows. Hard shadows are great for when photographing people with like well-done makeup. It's very common in beauty and fashion, or when you're trying to show character. People will look weathered, gritty, maybe evil or dangerous. When you want that type of mood, then you want a small light source. Photographers will use hard lights to replicate the sun, and less experienced photographers will try and shoot in natural light to get this type of light. But there's only a specific time of day when the light actually hits like this. Using a bare flash, such as a speed light, will actually allow you to place those shadows exactly where you want them to fall, no matter the time of day. Too high, and you'll create hard shadows under your subjects or on your subject's eyes. Too low, and the shadows will look like a horror film made in the 1960s. Here's a pro tip: small LEDs never have enough power when outside on a bright sunny day, so you're only going to be using those when in like a studio environment, when you have complete control. Strobes like a Godox 8400 or 600 are much better suited for outdoors, and especially when using larger softboxes, you just need more power. Once we get larger than like a 30-inch softbox, we're talking very soft shadows, or nearly no shadows at all within the scene. This is a soft look that can also make your subject look delicate, elegant, and kind. This soft look allows older people to look younger because it hides a lot of those wrinkles. This shot shown right here, I used a 60-inch softbox, so the wrinkles on the older gentleman were less defined. But believe it or not, this living room had next to no light, and the artwork and the portrait of the lady on the side table, these were all items that we had to be including in the scene. And to light such a big area and not get hard shadows like this, you need a big softbox. So I'm cutting it close for time here, but if you want more tips on flash photography or portrait photography, let me know in the comments down below. But if you start to think about these 3 things prior to going out and shooting, then you're going to get so good that you can see those images in your head before you even take them. And that's what pro photography is all about. I can make anything happen at any time because I spent the prep time finding cool locations. I discussed with my subject what they're gonna wear so they can either match or stand out from that location. location, and I know how to plan the lighting and actually light the subject itself. So my name's Anthony, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.